Hey kids, you trying to get into Segment City? Well, you really shouldn't, because Segment City is a mature podcast, and listener discretion is advised. I'm just trying to look at... I know I'm in an alleyway. I know how I look, but I got some fireworks for you kids. I got snakes and I got sparklers. That's all I got. Oh, don't give me that.
Welcome back to
This intro is about a James Bond movie. I want to talk to you about a James Bond movie.
This is our Bond-themed podcast.
This weekend, I saw Goldfinger.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a classic.
It is. It's considered a classic.
Can we talk about 1960s James Bond?
Sure,
and how,
you have the floor.
How absolutely not okay he is in a modern context.
A little creepy.
Let me just go over a few things that happen in the movie Goldfinger.
Goldfinger.
The movie starts out, James Bond is macking on a girl, and then she's...
As one does in the 1960s.
They do... James Bond and a lot of people from the 1960s, I realize, do a similar move, which is like the worst kind of rapey move you could possibly do. When they want to kiss a woman, they grab both of their like biceps
and then pull them in
and pull them into a big kiss, and and then the woman goes no, and then like ooh, and gets into it, so that the crowd's like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah, this is
but
okay.
It's not.
It's
like,
not okay.
A real life woman would be like, no.
Yeah.
But this movie starts. He goes to a hotel room and there's a lady and she's bathing, and I think he like doesn't give her the towel, and then a guy tries to kill him, and then he punches the guy and she's in on it, so he punches her. Yeah.
Wait, okay.
Or he like knocks her out. She gets knocked out somehow.
Okay.
Oh no, what happens is the guy has like a thing and he's about to whack him, and he's like smooching with her, and he just puts her in the way and smacks.
What a doof!
Gets her. Yeah. She gets smacked, but she's like in on it, so you as the audience are like, okay. And then they're like, you need to go follow Goldfinger. Goldfinger's at this Miami resort and he's cheating at cards. And so James Bond goes to his
That's
room.
what we need our 007 boy on. He's cheating at cards.
He's
international war crime.
He has gold. But he goes to Goldfinger's room, and also he's a terrible spy, because he goes to the house cleaner and he just like takes her key, and she's like, that's for Goldfinger's room, and he's like, I know. And he unlocks it, and like she's not gonna be like, a guy just broke into Goldfinger's
by the way,
room.
I'm going to call the front desk now and let them know.
And the way that Goldfinger's winning is because there's a woman in a bikini who has big binoculars and saying what the other guy has in his hand.
Of course she's in a bikini. She couldn't be dressed.
And she's telling him on his very big, like, we thought he had a hearing aid, and I was like, that's a neat thing for a villain, I suppose. And then it's like, no, it's just a big...
It's just a
microphone.
big old thing. No one would notice?
No, people notice, and I think he makes a comment like it is a
hearing
thing,
aid.
But he never hasn't in the later movie. Anyway, James Bond just comes up and he's just like, how about you lose now? Onto the microphone, and the girl's just like, and he's just like, he basically asks her, is Goldfinger fucking you? And she's like, no, he's not paying me to fuck
This is Sean
me.
Connery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then immediately starts banging her. Then she immediately gets killed.
What?
The shelf life on the women in the early Bond movies is literally like he smooches them or bangs them, and then they
died.
They've fulfilled their purpose.
Don't want to have any risk of Bond children.
Later in the movie, her sister shows up, tries to snipe Goldfinger, but he doesn't know that because she's a terrible shot and almost shoots him. And so he's like, why did you try to shoot me? And she's like, that was my sister. And you're just like, okay, she's going to be a character. This is interesting. Immediately dead. She immediately gets killed. There's no character for her.
Nope.
She's done.
That was her breakout role.
That was her breakout. Yeah, and she's done. But overall, it was actually a neat movie. Although at one point, James Bond, when he is on his mission, he has to say to himself, like, stay steady, Bond, because he sees a woman drive by in a car. That's it. Like, he's like, oh, like a
sounds
dog.
like a psychopath.
I have to go after a woman.
God.
Like, he sees a woman, and he's like, I gotta chase her down.
It's been 13 minutes since I last smooched someone forcibly.
It's not okay.
Not okay.
It's a good movie. Like, they're classics, but also in the context of the age, you can see why
you have to watch them with like a grain of like, oh, this is gonna be
it's
gonna be gross.
The rest of the movie was good, and it has Odd Job in it with his metal hat that makes no sense. He just has it's just a metal rim, and he just chucks it at people, and he's just like invincible. It's great.
So he's like Raiden?
No.
What's the character? Liu Kang?
No, Liu Kang is...
Liu Kang?
No, who is it? Fuck.
It is Kung Lao.
Kung Lao.
So he's basically Kung Lao.
Yes. And Goldfinger is just useless, by the way. His whole plot is to like steal he's gonna nuke Fort Knox. It's weird. Anyway.
A nuke anywhere is probably a bad idea.
As you, the audience, have probably gathered by this point, this is the show Segment City.
In the gambit of Bond villains,
yes,
even the most recent ones, if my memory serves, are not that good. Like Quantum of Solace was like a dude was like, I'm going to control the water.
Yeah, they're never good plans. They're always dumb.
And then Bond's like, no. So he goes and beats him up.
Can we also last thing? The theme for Goldfinger is hilarious because it's just like Goldfinger, the man with the Midas touch. Like, it's so tough. Me and Annie had a discussion about what Bond themes are a jam, and we're like Skyfall. That's a fucking jam.
Skyfall. I mean,
number one on the charts.
That transcends James Bond.
Yes, it's a very good song. And then like,
but they also Skyfall was
Goldfinger.
Who was Skyfall by?
Good one.
Skyfall was by Adele. Yeah.
They're like the Spectre one was, I don't even remember it. Most of them I just don't remember. Mm-hmm. But
Casino Royale, is there the theme for that?
Casino Royale. The man with the Midas touch.
The boy with the poke.
With a lucky touch.
The pokey touch.
What?
It's like poker.
Welcome to Segment City, everybody. My name is Will Kane, the best spy in the biz.
And I'm Theo Sapakos, and I'm going to control the world's supply of bread.
Oh, okay.
Come stop me, Bond.
Oh.
No more pizza for you.
No, wait, that's a lot. I can't have any sandwiches.
That's right. I'm evil.
This is a podcast in which Theo and I present segments each week. We prepare these segments. I don't know what Theo's going to have.
I know what Will's going to have.
Maybe the audience knows based on the description that nobody reads for these episodes. That
I read one of the descriptions and it made me giggle.
Did it?
Yep.
It's all only for me.
It's then also again, I don't read
for me. Descriptions for like other podcasts, so.
Well, to our listeners, go read the descriptions. They're kind of funny.
Yeah. Do you want me to do my Will Stupid Thought?
Fine.
Let's like a quick one.
Okay.
A thought I had because in my office there are people who do like hiring. They're search firm recruiters.
Yeah.
Like they're recruiters for our company. What do you think people say in a job interview for the position of an interviewer or a recruiter? Like, okay,
so do you want this job? Yeah. Then how about you interview me?
That's what I thought. I'm like, if you could turn the interview into an interview for the person interviewing you,
then you have the job already.
You're hired. What? For my own job?
For my own job? Yes.
Let's talk about your strengths. My strength is really getting to know other people. Now let me get to know you. What are your strengths?
That's a good question. I guess I wasn't really prepared for this interview.
Yeah.
Because hold on. I'm interviewing you. Wait a minute.
No, I need to. I don't know if you're a good fit for my boss.
We both give our notes to the firing manager.
Yep.
And we let them decide.
Oh, it's a Highlander. There can only be one.
There can only be one.
one recruiter walks into this.
Why did we post this job opening online? If it's one in, one out, why would we post
That's how you get survival of the fittest.
Oh shit, dude. Am I being fired?
The best recruiter recruits the other recruiter.
All the generations
it's
of
like
recruiter
a match,
live within me.
A linguistic, like rhetorical rhetoric.
Strike me down and become the recruiter you meant to be.
Do it. Destroy me and become powerful. Take my job as emperor of this office of the HR department.
Then you lift the other one. He's like, no. You throw him down a shaft.
You just throw them out the window.
They're dead, and you're the new recruiter.
Like, yep, this is my office now.
I wonder if there's like, I wonder if anyone's ever interviewed other people for their job.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
imagine that realization of just like, so your job is gonna be.
Well, that could definitely be a thing when someone's like being promoted. They're like, okay, we need to hire someone to take over for you.
So but if it's like you don't know you're going to be fired, like this is the recruiter thing. Like we only want one recruiter.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in. Yep, I'm the CEO, and it looks like you're interviewing for CEO.
Yes.
What? Who? Deborah, is this right? Oh, it is.
My
right.
name is Kurt EO.
Kurt EO.
Kurt. Yeah, Kurt?
Is that Kurt with
Eugene?
a C? Is that Kurt with a C or a K?
Ostrom. CEO. My name. And CEOing is my game.
Well, my name's Clyde. Executive. Wait, I can't be executive. His name is Executive. Clyde, Executive Officer.
Oh, you've got a better claim than I do.
Senior.
Oh, no. Senior CEO.
That's right. I was born to rule
one of these
company.
days we're going to have one of those. A senior CEO.
I'm sure there has been one.
What if Bill Gates is senior CEO? And then they get money for it.
I
wouldn't put it past corporate America.
You know what, Will? You're the senior CEO of this podcast. Congratulations. Boy. I just unilaterally appointed you.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
It's because I'm emperor of this podcast.
No!
Yes! I am.
It will rise again.
I am the podcast.
Do it. Strike me down and
all right,
have a better segment.
I have a segment for you.
Do it.
Hey, Will.
Yeah.
Is this
he got me mid.
Is this the onion time?
You mean real life or
segment?
The
segment I'm doing is called "Is this the onion?"
Segments are like onions. That was the worst Shrek impression in the world.
Segments are like onions.
Donkey.
Yeah, we've never. Turns out Will has never once done a Shrek impression.
It's me.
This is his first time.
I won't be going to be swamped with an elf.
It's a signature of impressions that whoever you're impersonating always says, "It's me" in their voice. It's me, Emperor Palpatine.
It's me. Remember that guy?
That's what I do every day.
What's his name? I know the voice. I don't remember the name.
My coworkers say, "Hey, good morning, Theo," and I say, "It's me."
They have to guess what impression you're doing.
Who is it? What's the goof this time?
Are you asking me or are you as your coworkers?
No, I'm asking my coworkers.
You're like, what is
I have a set of 3 headlines here.
Okay.
For you.
For me.
And you must guess which is the real one.
Oh, okay.
Switcheroo. There are 2 fake ones and 1 real one.
Fuck.
Unless last time, I don't know if this is a switcheroo or if this is how it was last time. I don't remember. I don't listen to this podcast. I just make it.
What the I send it to you every week.
That's right.
And I say, can you listen? And you never respond. And
Number
then I put
1.
it out and it's garbage.
That's why I don't listen.
Number 1. Yes.
Chinese government justifies mass surveillance by explaining that all of life is a grand performance.
Okay, no, that's fake.
Is it?
All the world's a stage, and the Chinese government is
the
the
audience.
stage manager.
The Chinese bureaucracy is
the audience and the stage manager and the stage
and the lighting director.
Yeah, the choreographer
and the choreographer. No, choreographer a little bit.
Choreographer has a little bit of leniency.
Number 2.
Yes.
Shopper falls asleep on a comfy store mattress and stays in the night.
That's okay. That was pretty believable.
You think so?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay the night.
You just fall asleep.
Set your alarm on the bedside table.
Yeah, I've seen ads that was like a person falling asleep in a bed store, and they're like, "I'll wake you up when we open, and you can buy."
That's a weird ad because I'm pretty sure that's explicitly not allowed.
No,
like in bed stores, you're not allowed to like sleep. You're not allowed.
You're not. Of course, you're not allowed to sleep on the bed.
That's weird, though.
Welcome to my sleepatorium.
What other business is like,
nap?
Here is a thing that will help you with something, but you're not allowed to do that thing in the store.
Drive around in a car.
No, you can do it
in a Tesla store in the mall.
Well, not around in the store, but you can take the car out for a drive.
You can't take a car out. Action figures. They're usually in Plastic.
We can help you have fun, but you can't do it here.
Yeah.
Kitchen store, you probably can't use a blender.
You can't put together the Legos.
You can't just
can't build the Lego and then be like, I'm done. And
you can't show up to the blender store with a jar with like a basket full of fruit and be like, I'm making a smoothie now.
Can I test out this grill?
I brought
have
my
a
whey
big party
protein.
coming. Can I rent this grill for? I just need to just try it out.
Explicitly not allowed
For a bunch of people have a big party.
It's like, what are you doing back here? Got some burgers on?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a Home Depot, sir. Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna ring you up. What? No, I'm just trying it out.
You can't test out the plants at home. You can't make the cement and be like,
Are you
this
just
good cement?
Did you just taste the cement? Well, you shouldn't be
how
doing
you-
that.
Isn't that how you? And then it freezes. Or
It's like
it
it's like
solidifies on your fingers. You're
it's like it's like old gold. Like you get it, you just bite it, and you're like good
break your
cement.
teeth. You're like,
This is a good batch of cement.
it crumbles, and you're like, this is bad.
This
cement.
is bad cement. Number 3, shoe found in Goodwill still has foot in it.
Oh fuck. Okay, first one's definitely fake.
Chinese government justifies mass surveillance by explaining that all of life is a grand performance.
Yeah, that's fake because these other two are very believable.
That the shopper falls asleep in a comfy store mattress and stays the night, or shoe found in Goodwill still has a foot in it. Yeah. Which one could it be? You're believing really hardcore in both of these.
These are very good.
We got him by the ropes here.
You could, I mean,
What if it turns out it's number 1 the whole time?
sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe he is faking me out. That one sounds the most fake. The other two I absolutely believe could happen, but maybe that's the Onion now. The Onion is going completely the other way.
What if the
making
Onion
banal stories that absolutely could
because
happen?
the real news is so wacko that they just
Yeah.
need to post something that's actually just normal.
I'm gonna say
That's like when someone tries to make a spoof song so that Weird Al will spoof it and make a normal song.
what?
you write a song about
Fake out Weird Al?
you write a song
Reverse
about
psychology.
cheesy pizza and farts and then
Some
Weird
food song.
and then Weird Al takes it and he turns it into a beautiful love ballad.
Imagine if hey, that's my stick. It's at the top of the Billboard charts, and I am obliged to do a parody of it.
I have to do a parody.
Imagine I love you. I love you. And the original's like, I love you, cheese puffs. Cheese puffs.
That's it. He's called Normal Al now. He's called
Normal Al.
He's called Talented Musician Al now.
I saw Weird Al in concert. That's it. That's
Nice.
Twice.
Nice.
Dude does costume changes almost every single song.
That's great. Dude kills it.
He kills it.
Good performer.
Back to the thing on hand. I think the foot one. I'm gonna go with the foot one.
You think that there is a foot found in a shoe in Goodwill?
Because I could imagine you
You could imagine.
Yeah,
you could see it happening.
As a fan of true crime, I'm more interested and I want to hear the real story.
This is the one you want to be true.
It's the most interesting one.
Interesting.
So I'm gonna say
final answer.
That's that one, foot.
Shit. You were right. On the other one, it was the woman falls asleep. It's too normal to be interesting, but I thought it was kind of goofy. The full story is really short. If this woman hasn't bought the mattress already, she might want to consider it. An employee opening a store for business in Richmond Heights, Missouri, found a shopper sleeping in a bed display, police say. An employee called the cops to investigate. When officers arrived, the woman told them she was just testing out the mattress the night before and fell asleep the whole night. End of news article. Oh, wait, no. The business declined to pursue charges of trespassing against the woman, the newspaper reported. On Facebook, police joked that such a heavy slumber was a good reason to buy the mattress. That's honestly the best mattress endorsements we've ever heard, the police said.
That one employee who didn't know what was happening and was like, what's that noise? He's seen too many horror movies. He's like, I am the demographic that gets murdered in these.
Sir, please stay calm. Sir, we understand your
Do you hear this noise?
That concludes this week's episode of Is That
Wait, what? I want to know what the so there's just a fake thing about the shoe? What kind of fake article is about
that was from the Onion. The shoe found in the Goodwill still has a foot in it.
It's just a joke?
It's a goof.
It's just a goof?
It's a goof on Goodwill.
Oh, what a good goof.
Boom, wrecked them.
Boom, wrecked Goodwill.
Absolutely. The organization.
My favorite kind of comedy is when it punches down at the charitable organization, when you beat it to death with the foot that you found in the shoe. I know Goodwill
hey,
has like.
Army, go to hell.
Can I sell my underwear to Goodwill? Can I give it to Goodwill? CERN, absolutely not. Especially not that underwear.
Goodwill really had it coming.
Did it?
No.
No. That's what I thought.
Definitely not. They weren't asking for it.
All right, Theo.
What do you got for me? Willie Bob.
This is a reoccurring segment called Pompeii Graffiti, where I read some...
Paint your walls,
Paint your walls, you get your walls painted. This one I like segmented them a long time ago because I just found a very big article about it. So I segmented them into chunk segments. This one had a theme in the first like 5 of them, and you will quickly realize what the theme is.
Okay.
The first one, Secundus likes to screw boys. The second one, I screwed a lot of girls here.
Oh, God.
Kind of the opposite.
It's the
yin to the yang.
It's like, hey, that guy's doing it. No, I'm doing it.
Number 3, on June 15th, Hemeros screwed here with Philetaerus and Caphisis. I'm bad at saying Latin. 4 years of Latin, can't say the names of anyone. So this is the screw. 4, Solemnis, you screw well.
You screw well.
This one, I think, person just like to say screw instead of any other. Like,
right.
You have sex well.
This guy was just coming back and writing all these messages.
Sometimes you do that. I mean, there was one poet that we talked about in Latin class, and he talked about the bellus homo, which is actually very interesting because he basically describes what we think of as flamboyant gay men, where it's like they hang out with women, have good fashion sense, and groom themselves, and also smell nice. It's like so he calls them bellus homo, which we decided to call them dandy men.
Sure,
dandy men. Number 5, Gaius Valerius Venustus, soldier of the first Praetorian cohort in the century of Rufus, screwer of women.
Screwer of women, full title.
Number 6, Vibius Restuditus slept here alone and missed his darling Urbana.
Oh no!
This is where
That's
was
so
this?
sad.
It was in a small room of a possible brothel. So
oh my God!
He was the only lonely person in the brothel.
I like the idea that someone's just like, I'm really lonely. I'm going to commemorate this moment by writing it on the wall.
I love those are fun. Like, you could imagine those being on, like, where's most graffiti? Men's bathroom stalls.
Yep.
You can imagine, like, I screwed this woman here. But this one is just so banal and so silly. A copper pot went missing from my shop. Anyone who returns it to me will be given 65 bronze coins. 20 more will be given for information leading to the capture of the thief of my pot.
Most wanted. Thief. Dead or alive, copper pot.
This sounds like a side quest in a video game. That is the most boring side quest.
Let's go find my copper pot.
Find my copper pot.
Hey,
find my frying pan.
Not every side quest can be the most interesting one, Will.
No. Number 8. If anyone sits here, let him read this first of all. If anyone wants to screw, he should look for Tissy. She costs 4 coins.
Wow. That's just a straight up and down advertisement.
That's a good advertisement. You want an advertisement for your good brothel? Come to me.
Come to me. I got you writing materials. I got paint. I got a pencil. I got a pen. For you, I got a paintbrush.
I'm missing a copper pot. You want to pay me to make an advertisement for this copper pot? Write it on a wall.
Write it on a wall. Got you here.
Number 9. No young buck is complete until he has fallen in love.
That's nice.
That's a good respite from screwing.
Now back into it.
This one's just a fucking dig. They just roast this guy. Number 10. Epiphera, you are bald.
Hey.
He's like, wait, what?
Suck it. I'm writing it on this wall. Nothing you do.
Imagine going and you're just walking past, you're walking through your town, and then you just see on a wall, and it just says, like, Theo has a small penis.
Well, you know how I feel about that.
I wrote it. I wrote it.
Son of a bitch.
Theo is too tall and too handsome.
You son of a bitch.
And has a great head of hair.
I will get you back for this.
Oh, no.
I will cut you 1,000 times for this blow.
Gee, I hope your hemorrhoids rub together so much that they hurt worse than when they they ever have.
Oh my
before.
God. Savage.
Both.
That's terrible. That's both advertising the hemorrhoids and like wishing a terrible
You
curse
have
on them.
hemorrhoids, and also I hope they hurt. Imagine the hatred you have to have and the knowledge of the person to know that they have hemorrhoids, but also hate them and want them to rub together.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all my graffiti.
Put it on a wall here.
Put it on a wall. You put your hemorrhoids, you put your bald. You want to roast somebody to absolutely death.
You want to rub your bald head on a wall? I got you.
You could be my paintbrush. Put some paint on that head.
We'll roll you around. We'll get you up and down that wall.
You and your bald head, the great pen for writing things about
your God's rollerball pen.
You cue ball.
Your God's ballpoint pen.
You're gonna help me with this, or I'm gonna write that you're bald.
Oh God! Oh no. That's true. You could just blackmail someone by saying, "I'm going to paint this on a wall."
Paint this onto a
And
wall.
in 2,000 years, people will be talking on it on this mysterious thing called the internet.
One of these days, my work will transcend everything. Honey, and your work's gonna be nothing. You don't know. Maybe it'll live on.
This is my masterpiece.
Some kind of web that
I will now construct my masterpiece. Plebeius screwed here. I'm amazing.
He's bald. My work will live on, and then the volcano goes. Whoa! I told you, honey. Anyway, that's my segment.
Oh, nice. That's a good segment. I like that segment. Woo.
You don't have to flatter me.
I'm just being genuine, my dude.
Okay.
You don't have to be flattering of my flattery.
Moving on. Do your segment.
I have a new segment for you. It's called Knockoff Nation.
Oh, okay.
I have a collection of product names.
Okay.
That are knockoffs.
Okay.
Of a product.
Yeah, I have to guess what the product is?
You have to guess. I thought about doing this.
I'm interested.
I'm
in.
Maybe we'll do half and half. Where
we'll do half and half?
I give you the real product and you try to come up with a knockoff name and we'll see how close you get.
Okay, yeah. I actually like that.
You like that more?
It's going to be a lot of creative work for me.
All right. Number 1. Come up with a creative knockoff. The ground rules basically are that it has to sound relatively like it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1. Windows.
I immediately thought of just Clearwall.
Clearwall. Clearwall. Some of them are just
like the OS windows or the physical
this
thing
one
Windows.
Was the OS Windows.
Because I don't know how you could have a knockoff of Windows with like the architectural thing.
Knockoff Windows. It's just a hole in the wall.
It's a hole in the wall covered by glass. That one's a little long. We could come up with better.
It's just a lot of glass over a very small hole.
Clear doors.
Clear doors. Good one.
Small doors.
The actual name for this one? Bimbows.
Welcome to Bimbows.
Welcome to Bimbows.
We hypnotize you here for your fetish needs. Bimbows.
Oh, gosh. All right, come up with a knockoff Superman.
Oh, Superior Gentleman.
Superior Gentleman. That's pretty good.
The Superior Gentleman.
The Superior
That's the
Gentleman.
British version. Let's Mega Boy.
Big old boy.
Mega Boy. Big old boy is another one.
They know the vernacular ol. It's like a big old boy.
I need a thesaurus. Now I can't actually say it.
Stellarman.
Stellarman is his name?
No.
Oh, okay.
The real one, Special Man.
Oh, okay.
Special Man.
Well, I feel like
he's got special powers. He can fly around. He got laser eyes.
He sounds like he might have. That name implies that he might have special needs.
I like this next one. So come up with a knockoff RoboCop.
Mechanical Man. Oh, wait, no. Mechanical Law Enforcer.
I guarantee you whatever you come up with is not going to be as good as the original. But I like these shots.
Mecha Pig.
Mecha Pig. That's really good. On this week's episode of Mecha Pig.
I can smell crime with my robo-smell.
What do you smell, Mecha Pig?
I smell
donuts.
Larceny.
Terminator, but
the real one?
Yeah.
Robert Cop.
It's me, Robert Cop.
Please. RoboCop was my father. You may call me Robert Cop.
I don't know how he made me. I just imagine a big fat guy with a mustache. He's like, I'm Robert Cop.
I'm going to therapy to come to terms with my human side. I mostly identify as a robot.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me. but probably hopefully alive.
I'm
I
already
only got
mostly,
a stun gun.
I'm mostly dead already.
Paul Blart, RoboCop.
Robert Blart,
RoboCop.
I like the idea of Mall Cop being RoboCop. Like his powers are like he's got way too many powers to just be a mall cop.
Let's do a crossover between. They switch jobs. RoboCop is now in a mall. Somebody's just like a kid is just shoplifting, and he's just like you. Shoots. He's like your move, creep. He shoots. The kid's like, oh god,
not today.
Somebody like pushes a woman. And they're like, hey! And RoboCop just starts running after him.
I like the idea of a cop.
And Paul Blart is just mechanized, but he's still big and fat. And he has a Segway built into his legs.
Oh my god, he's like a centaur, but a Segway on the bottom. I like the idea of an all-cop fighting game. RoboCop
versus Paul Blart.
That would be an epic matchup. What am I talking about?
Paul Blart would be like Dan from Street Fighter.
It would not. It would not be an epic matchup. RoboCop would
absolutely destroy him. What other famous cops are there?
There's the cop from
Die Hard.
From Die Hard. That's the one I was going to go
with. Famous cops.
There could be Smokey the Bear.
Family Matters. There's
Smokey the Bear is kind of a park ranger, which is kind of a cop. I'd allow it.
Dead or alive, you're extinguished or alive, you're coming with me.
Only I can prevent wildfires.
Your move, wildfire.
Shooting the fire.
That's right. All right. Come up with a knockoff Sharpie.
Dully.
This one, Dully.
Dully, it's a Dully.
Dully.
Oops, you made a mistake.
Doesn't wash off.
Not erasable pen.
Totally erasable pen. Just a pencil.
For the love of God, this is not a dry erase. Do not give to kids.
The real one?
Yeah.
Scribble.
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 I got a scribble, son.
Excuse me, do you have a marker? I got this scribble.
I got a scribble for you. You want a nice What are you doing? You doing some arts and crafts? I got a scribble for you. I got a good collection.
You hate writing on Post-it-notes.
I got all the colors. I got white. That's it.
Do you like arts and crafts?
I do like arts and crafts.
I got construction paper.
What do you got there? You got a magic marker? There's nothing more magical than a scribble.
My magic scribble
than a scribble.
Come up with a knockoff name for Transformers.
Oh. Transmogrifiers.
Nice, like mathematics. That's really good. Translators.
Rotators.
I like transmogrifiers and I like translators. Translators can translate language.
Quarformers, cars in disguise.
I would love it if you were in a foreign country and you were struggling to communicate with someone and there was just a mailbox and it was like, I'll help you out with that. I'm a translator. Translators, robots in
Translators
disguise.
in disguise. Somebody you don't think is going to know your language. Translators in disguise. Linguists in disguise.
Like a guy just like pulls off a sheet from like a dog and it's just like Rosetta Stone.
You see, it's like when you went to China and did people expect you to speak Mandarin?
No, people in China were shocked that
so you'd be a translator.
I was translator in disguise. Yeah. Bilinguals in disguise.
Fake cars.
Fake cars.
Fake cars.
I have the real answer for you.
Okay, give me.
I'm trying to say it without laughing. Torns framers.
Well, you want to scrabble on these torns framers?
You want to skirple with the torns framers? Buy one torns framer, get skirple free.
You know when you want to scrabble on a torns framer and you just want to make them a different kind of torns framer?
I got you a nice Windows key. I mean a Bimbows key for your torns framers.
It turns into a tractor. That's what a trademarker is.
Robert Cop's
coming and he's in a trademarker.
Alright, I got I got
rate you up with the Scribble.
I got one more for you, and then I have 2 honorable mentions because they're just amazing.
Okay.
Come up with an alternative name for Google.
Google. Oh wait. Ready? Zinger. Bing.
What?
Bing.
Bing. Oh. I thought he said bang, and I was like, bang what? What? Bang what?
Goggles.
Google.
Goggle.
Final answer. Goo Girls. It was knockoff Google. Goo Girls.
Do you remember when
I dare you to search Goo Girls on Google.
do you remember when we went to school and we could look at our portal for co-ops
Yep.
in college? Because we went to a school that had co-ops, which are 6-month internships. And on it, they had the Google, like, except it was Jubes!
Jubes!
For all the different tabs, it was Jubes!
All right, 2 honorable mentions.
Okay.
The knockoff Beats by Dre are called Deets by Nani.
Nani?
Nani? It just said on the box, Deets by Nani. I love it. My favorite.
Deets by Dre.
Deets by Nani. Because it doesn't even
Deets
sound...
by Night.
Deets by Night. And then I have an image to show you, and I need you to describe to the audience what you see, because it's not a visual medium. This is a knockoff backpack.
Oh, okay. There's a lot to unpack here. So let's go top down. There is red lettering that just says Harry Potter on
It says
top.
the word Harry Potter.
It says the word Harry Potter, and then you go onto like the main pouch of it, and it has Sonic, but he's not colored right. The blue is correct, but his eyes are yellow, his belly is yellow, his like arm is yellow, and yet the other arm is red. One of his hands is red, the other is yellow. His nose is correct. The shadow under his nose is yellow, so it looks like he has a little yellow Hitler mustache.
It looks like a child went to like Microsoft Paint, the fill-in tool, and
then
just went random.
Next to him, it just says Obama, like the president. Who is this man? It's none of these are right.
Is it Harry Potter? Is it Sonic? Is it Obama? Is it your favorite backpack?
He looks like a clown. He looks like a clown with gangrene. Or what? Jaundice. He looks like a clown with jaundice.
Did they want to name Sonic the Hedgehog Obama? And is the child who's wearing the backpack named Harry Potter?
Oh my god, maybe. Or maybe they just didn't. They just said
or maybe they just
things.
took random words and characters and threw them together.
Probably.
That's Knockoff Nation.
Okay, I enjoyed that a lot. That was a fun one. Now, Theo, I'm actually going to do a weird thing. I'm going to give you an option. I have 3 weird crime stories.
True crime?
True weird crime.
Come on down to Real Fake Crimes.
Real Fake
Crimes Warehouse.
These are real crimes.
We got all your fake real crimes.
These are real crimes. I want you to pick one of them. I'm only going to read one.
Okay.
I could maybe read 2.
Okay.
But number 1 is parrot witness in murder trial.
Okay.
Second one is stolen bugs in insects museum.
They stole the bugs?
Stolen bugs heist. And then the last one
I gotta get my fix. It's been 14 days since I had my last bug.
Let me get the official article up, because this one has a funny... Some of them I feel like you can get the gist just by the name of the article. Old men fight over free samples at Costco.
Yep, that's the one. That's the one we want. That's the winner. Bingo, bango, bongo. Baby, we say whoop-de-doo.
Alright.
We say wubble-up-a-dub-dub on that one.
Old men fight over free samples at Costco. Police are called to South Carolina store. A fight between senior citizens over free food led to police being called to a Greenville, South Carolina Costco last week. According to the state newspaper, an argument broke out at one of the big box store's free sample tables. A 70-year-old man was waiting for his complimentary bite-sized chunk of cheese when a second senior citizen, a 72-year-old man in a Hawaiian shirt...
Oh, a young buck.
No, he's old buck.
Oh, he's old buck.
He's this young whippersnapper here, this 70-year-old don't need no cheese.
Seniors have rights, too.
This man cut ahead of him, snatching the cheese and walking off.
This is the most senior citizen thing I've ever heard in my life.
Costco in South Carolina.
Mine.
Imagine just being that... Okay, so it goes on. Shortly, so this bold Hawaiian 72-year-old man just absolutely just snatched it. I imagine being that man and just reaching, and he's like, "Oh, I can't wait!" Like this is what you have in life when you're 70 years old. Is this cheese sample, and this other guy goes like, "Yoink!" A more spry man,
and he just keeps walking
with his Hawaiian shirt. Fuck him.
And you just get off a boat from.
Shortly thereafter, the 70-year-old man was waiting for a cheeseburger sample at another stand.
Oh, no.
When Hawaiian shirt man approached. Still fuming about the first encounter, the 70-year-old told the other senior that he could get in front of him because he knew he would just cut the line anyway.
Oh,
that's pretty nice. Like, that's pretty good.
That's taking the high road about it, which I appreciate.
According to a police incident report cited by the state. Angry words were exchanged. Then Hawaiian shirt suddenly punched the other man.
What?
Said. The 72-year-old man later told officers that the other senior was balling his fist and that he thought he was about to be hit, so he smacked him in instead.
Yeah, this is the whole hot shot first thing, huh?
Preemptively clock him.
It's preemptive self-defense.
The cheeseburger stand worker confirmed the 70-year-old man's account and said that the punch made a large sound that the younger man's hat flew off his head.
Like a cartoon, like...
No charges have been filed pending an investigation. Officers are hoping surveillance video can shed more light on the incident, the state reported. That's the end of that article.
Oh, that's so funny. I don't like when old people get into a fight in real life, but it sounds so comical.
It was so... Like, it just... This is also news. That was like
news.
There was. I looked up an article. It was like the top 2018 10 like wacky things crimes.
I love
and
it.
that was one of them. It was a man getting punched. Two elderly men. The parrot in the murder trial is what you think. A man got murdered by his wife, and the parrot was saying like, "Don't you pull that gun on me!" So they're trying to use it as evidence.
Yeah.
That's the synopsis of that article. I can't. Do we have time?
Sure, why not?
Do you want to hear the bug one, or do you want to just?
Sure. I mean, if it's not that long, sure.
It's the longest one, but
sure. I don't mind.
Okay. Loading. This is from the New York Times. Oh, it gets fancy with it. It's one of those articles where they
the New
have
York Times,
It's the New York Times. The desert hairy scorpions and the domino cockroaches had vanished. The shelves at the Philadelphia Insectarium and Butterfly Pavilion were empty, and there was little movement in the glass cases.
It was night at the museum. They crawled out on their own.
Electric blue staff uniforms hung from knives that had been stabbed in the wall.
What?
Thieves had stolen more than $40,000 worth of insects and lizards, and the police suspect an inside job.
Okay, point of order.
Yes.
How do you go about selling bugs?
That's my first...
Who is buying these bugs?
What is this black market of bug dealings?
Also, where do they keep them? What do they do? What do you...
Yeah.
How do you hide that?
I mean...
Honey? And you just come into they're just covered in butterflies. Like,
I didn't do it.
I don't do... Listen, I know I work at the thing. I think these guys got caught, though.
Okay.
They don't say in the article. Security cameras around the pavilion recorded several people creeping. There's like 5 people out of the museum last night with plastic containers holding giant African mantises, bumblebee millipedes, warty glow spot roaches, tarantulas, dwarf and tiger hissers, and leopard geckos.
Were they alive or dead?
They're all alive.
Alive?
Who would want the dead ones?
I don't know.
John Cambridge, the chief executive of the Insectarium, said he believed that someone recognized an opportunity to remove some creatures and did it. An estimated 7,000 animals, or about 80 to 90% of the population of the Insectarium, were stolen on August 22nd and possibly other days.
Wait, 7,000?
Yes.
That means...
7,000 bugs and lizards.
Quick maths. That means it's only like $6 per bug. $40,000.
Yeah.
7,000.
Yeah.
$6 a bug.
Yeah, this isn't a big heist. It's like several people, and
also
$40,000.
As soon as you,
this is a crime.
If you make 7,000 eBay posts all about bugs,
yeah.
You're gonna get caught.
You're gonna sell these bugs too.
Also, like buy now, $5. Buy now, $7. Wow, what a heist!
3 former employees are suspects. They're searching their homes. In hopes of finding surviving insects. It is difficult to know which creatures were stolen because the thieves also stole the logs used by the pavilion to keep track of the insects.
For a second, I thought that they meant that they stole like literal logs.
Yeah,
where,
they
like,
just
bugs,
had logs,
like where like bugs lived.
Yes. They are extremely easy to hide. Dr. Cambridge said in an interview on Thursday, "We want to make sure that these creatures are treated with respect." He's just like, I just want a good home.
Yeah,
please.
he sounds like a genuine character.
I really don't think the perpetrator realized the severity of what they're doing. He's added, "We believe these were taken for the purpose of resale." The police had returned a handful of insects and a Mexican fire-leg tarantula to the insectarium. But a 6-sided sand spider, one of the most venomous of its kind in the world, is still missing. How amazing would it be if they died? These like people who
someone showed up dead.
Just dead. We are happy that we still have the ones that we do, Dr. Cambridge said. We continue to use those ones for educational purposes. He seems just like a nice guy.
He seems like a nice entomologist.
Yeah. The insectarium opened its doors to the public in February 2017 because of its theft. It has closed the second and third floors of the pavilion until November. They started a GoFundMe campaign to replace some of the missing insects. Dr. Cambridge said the thieves did not realize that what they were stealing could have been considered federal evidence because of the origin of some animals. We're holding species that may have been confiscated at a port of entry. Taking those critters is literally tampering with evidence.
Literally.
The thieves could face significant time behind bars for stealing creatures and tampering with evidence, but Dr. Cambridge said he would prefer that they were not reprimanded so harshly. They are young, and I really hope that this isn't something that follows them for the rest of their life, Dr. Cambridge said. Everybody does dumb stuff when they're young.
He just sounds like a nice
Dr.
guy.
Cambridge, you're an idiot, and you didn't have a regular childhood. That you think that stealing 7,000 bugs is normal for you.
He's trying to be a nice guy.
Theo, don't you remember when you went to the insectarium and you stole 7,000 bugs? Totaling
I don't know what you're
$40,000?
talking about. I didn't go on eBay even once.
Remember when you went to Kissing Point and
I
there's
didn't go to
tarantulas there?
Bug Bay even once.
Bug Bay. Welcome to Bug Bay. And that's basically it. We are going to be able to use this as a learning opportunity to build an even better insectarium, and we just want our critters back.
With lasers. Laser defense systems.
We're going to have a new defense system. His name's Robert Kopp, and he's coming and he's got a Segway, and he's going to defend everything. This is just a wacky crime because I don't understand.
To get to the most valuable bugs, you're going to have to go through a petting zoo of poisonous spiders.
This is like when people do holdups of like convenience stores and they're like, we have $5 in the cash register. And they're like, I'll take it.
I'll take it. It's worth it.
And then they got like 20 years for armed robbery.
Great.
Like you stole a bunch of bugs and you're going to go to jail because you're probably not that clever.
Yeah.
If you're being classified as young and dumb, you're not going to be like doing well.
The bug thief is still on the loose. The bug bandit.
You know what's not on the loose anymore?
This episode
of Segment City.
We're really stretching here.
I'm a king of transitions. Thank you for listening to Segment City.
I don't know who made you king
a
of
wonderful
transitions.
Podcast. If you have any segments that you'd like to propose to us, if you want to send us an email for anything, you just want to say hi, send us an email at segmentcitypodcast@gmail.com. Hit up our Twitter at Segment City. Check out our YouTube channel. And also,
you can write us
a rating.
What? Oh, yeah.
Give us a rating.
That's a good idea.
And
send us a message telling Will that I am the emperor of this podcast. I'm the emperor.
My name is... What is it? I am Chief Executive Officer. I changed my name.
Clyde Executive Officer.
I will be the Robert Cop here, the only cop.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes.
Big shout outs to Rachel Robinson. She does our intro music. She has a great podcast of her own called Create Loud. You can check it out wherever you get this podcast.
Yes.
We have enjoyed spending time with you.
I've enjoyed spending time with you, and I always do every week that we record this podcast.
Will sometimes throws in those genuine curveballs, and I don't know how to react to them.
Give me a big kiss.
give me a bit.
Ready?
And that's the end. Good night.
Okay, bye. That was nice. What a nice
End the
kiss.
podcast.
Okay, oh.